Hello and welcome back to the beautiful fields of Orchard Town. Well, of course, in our city Distant Forest, our island where we have our beautiful orchards now, and they're all fully producing finally. And the tourist is pleased with their visit. Alright, the first tourists also are pretty happy. We also get some nice things there for red pepper, potato farm, cherry and hops farms. Productivity minus 10%, but attractiveness plus 10. Oh, very interesting. Now the jam is coming in. The jam will then be delivered over to Crown Falls to our greedy tourists, but of course they pay for it, so they should be they should actually be wanting that. Let's stop the jam for now, because I would like to once again, as always, save some up of that. We do have a bit of work to do in this district here right now. There is the restaurant that is working now. We have lots of investors here, and at a closer look, they're not too happy with their situation right now. They do like a members club, and that I would provide. Now, how can we do that? First of all, we do have a marketplace here that doesn't really serve a purpose anymore, except that I think these guys here still want that, but we should be able to upgrade them. So let's go ahead and have a few more upgrades in this area. And these guys here, they don't have the marketplace anymore anyway, so let's get rid of that. However, I'm not going to place the member club in here. That would not be central enough. I think this is a better location over there. What I can, however, do is I can move these investors then over right into this area, and then we have a full block available where we can then have our member club. So right here beside the university, this actually fits. I mean, why not? Let's build it in a nice color there, perhaps. So black, why not? This time it is black, and this should make those investors way more happy. They were at +6, and as we can see, it's going up now. Double digits there, I hope, at least. Not quite right, unfortunately, but at least it's a bit, right? They should be happy there too. Now with my tourists, we can continue. Actually, we do have some more options here, like inventing some new recipes. We also need to build a zoo now. That is our big quest here, and I was waiting for that to build the zoo. We also have haven't unlocked anything else here. All right, nothing I can really do about that. And the tourists up here, as we can see, we get 250 at the moment, and they should be golden, and at least until they have their jam there as well. And then there's the zoo. Next up would be the café already. Alright, so once the jam comes in, I think we can boost them a bit. We do need to build a second restaurant though to fulfill the demand completely. And the second restaurant should be once again closer to, well, a bus station. We have a school over there that I don't really want anymore in this area. We could move the school to some other location over here for now, perhaps. But we have lots of schools together there. Then we might actually push it up there. I think those people don't have a school yet. They don't. And they do need one though. So I think in this area a school should do just fine. Let's move the school up there. There you go. And then we have more space here once again for another restaurant. So those people should be happy. Oh yes, and once again, do we have a warehouse close by? I hate it. I hate that we need a warehouse for the restaurants, really. Because it really, you need to plaster a lot of warehouses in your town then with that. Alright, let's go ahead and do it like that for now. It already has a fountain close by, and it has this bus station here close by too. So it should be satisfied with the transportation. Of course, it's going with the Archduke's Schnitzel once more. I think though this time it can reach something, because there is a cart going out. So I don't see really where it's going. Nah, the cart is still waiting once again. This warehouse there is reachable. It's close to the industrial zone, so it makes sense to have a warehouse here. And yeah, it's getting the resources from. Another one has been fulfilled, and I hope this will then push up the restaurant need that is actually pretty low at the moment. Now, another thing is the jam coming in now? Very good. The first 22 tons of jam are in, so let's also unlock the jam for the tourists. These guys here don't have a restaurant yet, but that's going to solve itself pretty soon. And I think over here we also have a theater that would probably like to have a bus station. It's looking a bit desperate there. Let's go ahead and add a bus station to that. I hope that we can kind of like use it somewhere. What a puzzle. Right here by the entrance we can have the next bus station then. And just for decoration, let's have some cherry tree behind it. So it's not symmetrical then anymore, the two fountains in the back of the theater, but that is fine, because who needs symmetry everywhere? And at least the theater is fulfilled now. And this should push it up there once more. Perfect. Also, the restaurant is being pushed up. And also, the jam is now full there. We do have almost 500 tourists now. So the cafe would be the next unlock. And once again, Bente wants this island really desperately. But we have battleships close by. So no big deal.
People are rioting.
Oh my goodness, more riots again in Larsen this time, but it is looking rather fine. Oh, an engineer workforce is low. That is actually fitting because the workforce is being shared again. So what we can do, first of all, upgrade a few more farmers in Leary to get us more workers in. Let's go ahead and do this. It's all connected. We need to do this here at the very basic foundation. That is the workers. And that allows us to upgrade more workers now to artisans. Otherwise, we don't have enough artisans anymore, even though artisan workforce is still fine as is. But I would like to have artisans here now, right next to the hotel, right? Otherwise, I don't want to have workers close by here. Those buildings look fine, but they don't look fine close to a hotel. I think artisan residences make a bit more sense in this area. There you go. I've upgraded a bit too much. So once again, I will need to upgrade more farmers. There you go. Perfect. And then I have 6,000 artisans ready for the upgrade. And look at that. This whole district here we could upgrade at once if we want to. I think down here we still had a few artisans like this one there. There we have a couple of workers that I should upgrade. There we have still one artisan. Perfect. And then I think it is this one here. Yep.
Is it wrong to want?
There you go. We have lots of artisans. Let's go ahead and have all of them here upgraded. So once again, step by step, this was 2,000 artisans that we lost now.
Isn't who I am.
Bente, it's exactly who you are because you're doing it all the time. Down here, really, right at the end of the world. She is sending a ship to attack us. I don't believe that. What I can believe, though, is that we can build a few more battleships. Let's go ahead and have 2 more, costing me the rest of my influence that we have. But I can now, with this, get us at least 1 battleship down here. That is going to scare her away. I hope so, at least. That's Snake. And we can go ahead and upgrade us a few more artisans here. There you go. Looking much better overall. As this is growing. Another thing, of course, is, yep, well, ornaments. We do have quite a lot of ornaments here available. Empty space. For these spots there, I would like to use the white one though. The white cherry trees. There we have them. I think that just looks fantastic. Right in here. Very friendly and bright. And we also have some more fountains that we need to place in these areas. And I could then also have some more. Where's my elm trees there? These corners there. Perfect. Now, of course, 3 hotels will not do it for the next tiers that we have here, like the cafe, like the bar that we need, the shampoo. I do need another one. And of course, we're not doing this just out of pure fun, these tourists here. I mean, they're needy people, right? They want a lot of stuff. We're doing it, of course, for the monument, the Iron Tower that is awaiting us at the end of it, that I want to have in the center of my city. So for that, I do need more tourists. Where should I place them? I think it's now time for the first double hotel placement. I know I've said I don't want to place them too much or too close together, too many of them, but 2 of them together is actually looking fine. The only question is, where should we have them? Now, we still lack a museum beside the zoo, of course, in the botanical gardens, and this is a good location for it, I think, because it's a busy area. It's rather, well, close to the center and stuff like that. And at the moment, we have space here. Well, not really. We have lots of these buildings here, but yeah, that's what we have Leary for, where, by the way, yep, also the siege is over once more. So my battleship was successful here, my heavy warship, and I can continue in Leary, though I need to continue in Leary with building us a few more blocks of houses here once more. So we also have another marketplace for that, and then we can squeeze in those houses once more, lots of them. Oh, by the way, here I should also have, of course, a pub in this area, and it's just fine how many building resources we really have for Leary. That makes it really easy of just building more and more houses. By the way, it doesn't mean that we only need to build in Leary. We still have some room up here as well. This is not going to be a farmer area or something like that, of course. But what we can do here is we can have some more houses as it leads up to this whole area where we're probably going to have a zoo or a, well, not botanical garden, but the amusement park or something like that. Something cool looking, definitely. Let's go ahead and have some more houses here then, but not so high density anymore because we still might want to add then something here. The trains are definitely ending then in this area. So I will now have the power plant here, right? So we can really squeeze it into this area, kind of like if I could build it, of course. Look at that. It's not working. What is going on? Very strange indeed. This should be working now. So that's where the road is ending, right? This main road that we have there. Going then right into that power station later on. And that also means that we can have more houses then in this area still. Another thing that I would like to change here is the layout of the tracks. We don't need double tracks all the way up there into this whole area there, right? One track would be fine, and we could then have a nice big avenue that is this one here that is already going from over there, right? Going then into this area and then over to the zoo. That makes a bit more sense to me. And for that we, however, still need one more track, and that's this one. Right, so it's kind of like merging here together with the other one anyway. I mean, actually, even that is not necessary because they can change here if they want to. That is totally fine already as is. Let's move this one over. And then we have this single track going along the street here all the way to there, right? And here we have the power station, and everything else would be totally a total waste, really. There we have the power station for this whole district, and then we can actually get rid of the power station up there and just have a big avenue there. Let's do this. There we have it. Perfect. And then this street here goes now into that area. And then we continue just with this huge one. Of course, with the occasional crossings that we need to have as well. And of course, perhaps a one separation here between the tracks and the street. And that would be another free street that goes all the way up there. And here, well, here we just really need to connect now those street parts here to finish this one. That's that. And here we can still have some more trees. That is much better now because that track is going to the power station then. That is, by the way, going to have some trees around it then too. So we have then power for this whole district, and then we continue all the way up here where it then culminates kind of like into the zoo that we're going to have here then. It's probably going to be the zoo, I guess, right? So there's the main entrance then. Much better looking already. With all the additional farmers and workers, we can now get rid of this whole block there of farmers. So let's just do this one. Unfortunately, so there's not really a big progress there right now. I would also like to get rid of all of these workers here as we no longer need them, and those workers here as well. These guys I will upgrade as well as we can. I hope we can. Not all of them, unfortunately. There's still a school missing, and we should actually be doing this one now. There's actually the school, but it's not really reaching them in a very good manner there, in a very efficient manner. Perhaps with some paving we could change that. I have my doubts. That we'll probably need to build us another church, another school then here. Let's get rid of these roads there. This whole system we don't need anymore. So this is basically the museum. Actually, we can move, of course, the school down there because it's no longer needed with the investors. Let's also get rid of that. And then we have the marketplace and the pub here basically at the very end of this whole thing. And then we have the space. We could also have the scholars here, I guess. It would work. That's lots of space, and we do need space for the scholars as well, right? Plus this very busy area just fits to scholars overall. Which brings me now to my hotel project once more. I actually want to have a double hotel one, and right also somewhere in the center. And I think this is a very good location over here, just where the riverlands begin, also where there's going to be the palace, and right close to the town center and central station. Then later, there is a nice location for it. We do already have space for another hotel here if we want to, and I think this is a good location. So this is going to be a whole cluster of hotels. For that, I will also need to remove now these houses here, right, as they are a bit in the way for what I have in mind. So let's just go ahead and have some more blocks then of houses there. There's still a worker, really. Let's get rid of him. No one needs that worker there. After all, the poor worker. And those guys here I will unfortunately also need to move. But that's going to be fine for now. There you go. Space we have. There's a fire station here that we also don't really need. Let's just move our investors over to that location. Very good. This is just fitting in very nicely here. We can then have some more roads here once again that goes through the hotels. We might also have something else then once they stand. The only thing we now need is a bus stop. I will have the bus stop here somewhere. It's actually fitting in nicely because here I would like to have then the cafe and the bar and stuff like that that is going to be unlocked with those guys. So they have now their bus station right here. Also really cool. Close to the sanatorium that we have, which is already a pretty impressive building, I think. And it's just a beautiful location, really, of having something like that in addition. There's a fire station here. They don't really fit in anymore, so I will need to move this one. But let's build the hotels first. There you go, another double project, really, or another 2 hotels there close together. Having the hospital also, very good. And this should really bump us now above 550. And even hopefully 800, that's going to be difficult. Look at how many tourists we are really going to need after a while. Very good. The fur coats have been unlocked now at least. So that's making them a bit happier there once more. And the cafe has been unlocked finally. It's another very cool looking, or well, a building with charm, let's say it like that. We could have all of that together here in a nice area, right, where it's just fitting together. There's the cafe, then right beside the river. I think that's a nice touch that we have over there. And behind it then we have also a restaurant for the people, of course, also of the sanatorium that can take their meals and stuff like that just over here. And then we can actually leave the rest green and decorate it a bit with some smaller kiosks, perhaps with some trees that we want to have in the area. There we could have a cherry tree. There we could have a cherry tree just to really mix it up there a bit. And here perhaps for those people some street maps so they know where they are.
An explosion in one of your factories.
Perfect. Let's build all of that. The restaurant, once again, is going to take the Archduke Schnitzel. For now, well, later on we can take more of that. And the cafe, well, the cafe is probably also going to be one only. And then as we can see, lots of options, really. The donut foray we have, let's just have a look at that, is a sum of several scarcely distinguishable solid donut strains. Rarely does the absence of nothing cause such controversy as with a donut without a hole. Yet, when that center is richly jammy, what fool could possibly contain? Oh, that is a nice description. We have everything for this. We have the tallow, we have the flour, and we have the jam already coming in. The effect is +3 happiness for my people, and also -10% consumption for coffee, chocolate, and schnapps. Alright, schnapps is not. But coffee, that's a pretty cool thing. And once again, chocolate, together with the restaurant that is already reducing the need for chocolate, that is a nice addition to the whole thing. Now, of course, once more, we do need to have a warehouse. We could have this one a bit hidden than over there, perhaps. So those two can reach it. We could probably also have it hidden somewhere here. Can they reach that? They could theoretically reach this location there. Well, no, they can for some reasons. As the green dot shows, it can't reach the warehouse. It's not the red circle that counts here. The red circle is actually for the people that are affected by the bonuses then. The green area, the green display is where they can go. Now, the cool thing is we have a marketplace and a pub here that we no longer need, right? So once again, something to clean up. And with that, we can have then the warehouse there. And this is something they can reach, so off they go now on their adventure. I've moved the buildings to over here in the meantime, so we do have just a bit more space now that we can then use as well. So this one, a nice little location for these. I'm going to keep the trees here that look natural. close to the river, and it's just a nice location really to enjoy the day there. Meanwhile, I can upgrade these farmers that we have up there. I'm going to upgrade all of them, even though it's going to make my farmers a bit red there. That was to be expected. We can still, however, get us a few more farmers right in Crown Falls. So up here, where I left this area untouched for quite some time, I can continue with a few more houses if I want. Right, we should have the marketplace. Hold on a second, we don't have a marketplace anywhere here close by. There's a pub. There's the marketplace. We do need another one here in this area for sure. There you go. And then we can have some more farmers living right here. Of course, later on, they're going to be much more than that. Oh, and we've also unlocked now with the right amount of tourists coming in the monumental project, the Iron Tower. That is unlockable now, that is buildable now, the foundation of it. Of course, we cannot finish it so far as we still need to do a lot of these demands that those guys have. The shampoo at least has been unlocked. This is going to be a bit tricky in production. Otherwise, as we can see, yep, café is also now ready for the taking. So this one is now finally working. All of those guys. And docklands have also been unlocked now, increasing the happiness of my tourists there just a tiny bit. And we do have... How many tourists do we really have? 1040 we have at the moment, so that is something at least. As we can see for the bar, it's 1500, so that's still a bit further away. And in order to finish the Iron Tower, we do need 4000 in total. That's still a long way off. I'm not focusing on the tourists anymore too much now, as we really should dig for Africa. But side by side, we're building a hotel here, a hotel there, and well, gradually we finish the requirements then for that as well. Stay tuned.